So then when I dove into things, so it turns out that the lies began when we were dating. And he actually lied on his prenup.
He was a broke ass. He was a total broke ass. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to look at a Dave Ramsey show called My Spouse Has Been Stealing From Me. This ran approximately 4 days ago. Thanks for being here. Let's hit it.
For free today.
So I've been married for less than 3 years.
Okay.
And I've worked for everything that I have, and nothing was given to me. And when I got married, my net worth was a little over $1 million.
Ooh, good girl.
And but that did consist of most money in retirement and equity in a few rental properties.
Mm-hmm.
My fiance at the time, now husband, did not have as much as I did, which was fine. So we had decided to get a prenup, and whatever he came in with, I matched. And then anything else in excess of that was to go to our children.
What'd he come in with?
That sounds fair.
He came in with $160,000.
So you were at $1 million net worth and he was at 160 net worth?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be honest. Okay. We like to say, we're not sexist. How many of you are already going, oh, we see a problem? She has $1 million. He has 160,000. But if it were reversed, Parlor had $1 million and I had 160. Just kidding, Parlor. Okay. But if it were reversed, right? Would we think differently? See, it's easy for us to go, oh, equality. But come on, folks. When it comes to social status, even the most equal of us, what does our mind immediately jump to? It's just like when we say doctor, what's the first sex you think of? Male, nurse, female. Not saying that's what we believe, but it is what we tend to jump to. We are automatically trained. So I can guarantee it to you, I'm not the only person who was going, oh, by the way, it's thundering again in Tampa. So if you hear some backgrounds, it's just that, okay? It's background thunder. But how many of us immediately went, oh, there's a problem. She has $1 million, he has 160K. But if it were reversed, we'd say there wasn't a problem. Just not saying I agree with it.
Whose idea was the prenup?
Mine.
Okay.
That I knew was going to happen. Sorry, I knew the minute I heard who suggested prenup, I'm like, it's going to be her. It's going to be her. Hey, I'll sign off on a prenup. If a guy wants me to sign off on a prenup, I already told my significant, you ever want to sign off on a prenup, I'll sign it. His words were, no, not going to happen.
Keep going.
So fast forward.
She may say fast forward, but she's crawling at molasses telling the story. I'm sorry.
Fast forward. I'm making a great income. He's making a great income. I've always been a saver, just naturally. Always, lived below my means. And things just begun, just not making any sense. And my husband owns his own business. And I just started seeing our accounts getting lower and lower and lower, when I believe our account should have been getting higher and higher.
All right, folks, we're going to do it. It was that home business part. Now, if you follow this channel, you know what I think of home businesses. I don't think they're real. I think they're supported by another income. Just saying. And again, I'm not saying you can't have a home business and I don't support home business, yada, yada. I choose not to be with someone who has a home business. That's just a personal choice of mine, okay? My experience is that a lot of people with home businesses have a hard time differentiating between a business and a hobby and seeing that their business really isn't making anything. And if it does make money, it's not contributing enough into the household to be of anything significant. We're going to do it, folks. He has a home business. She's worth $1 million. The account is going lower and lower and lower. Let us do it, family. Let us pour that tea. Always so refreshing. Let us continue.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, hey, like, what's going on? And his response was, I just haven't done the paperwork, for taxes, and said that he filed the tax extension.
No. What's happened is that home business of his, and we've heard this a lot, family, that home business is really a hobby being supported by her $1 million. And if he's going to bring up, oh, well, it's all taxes. Well, isn't that something that she could easily look at?
And so, it's taking money out of his savings until he goes through his paperwork so he can know what he has to pay exactly.
Honey, I understand that your $1 million is quickly shrinking, but I'm just borrowing that money for the home business because we're just waiting. Well, I'm just waiting to find out how much money I'm going to owe the IRS, and then I will promptly pay them or whatever, and then put the money back. He broke. His ass be broke. Oh, Benny, I love your little what is it? Little pictures there of teacup and tea. Yes. MJ, welcome back.
But okay. Several months went by and I still noticed these things going down, and things just don't make sense to me.
They make sense to us. Chat, I think it makes sense to us, audience. It makes sense to me. He's using her money to run his hobby. Once again. And I've been there. All right. The second income is what supports the business. I don't give a rip how big or small the quote unquote home business is. It can be millions of dollars that are flowing through and you're broke, or it could be, my little cake business. I shuttered after 3 months because I was like, I'm just not going to spend a whole lot of money trying to promote this business so I can get some tax write-offs.
Something in particular happened, and I pretty much said, are you sure everything's okay? He said, yeah. I asked him to...
And she believed that.
Please let me see his account.
All right, folks. She said, please let me see his account. What do you think? The answer was... Yeah, he ain't showing her nothing.
Business account where he said all the money was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he admitted to me that he...
Yes, Parlor, running.
...has... that he has been stealing from, his words were, from us, from me, and is a fraud.
Oh, family, who's pouring tea this evening? Benny is pouring tea. Benny pours more tea. Oh, family. I hate to say that the tea is delicious tonight at somebody else's expense, not ours. Okay. Oh, here's the thing. Yes. Oh, no, Benny. Parlor says it's a heartbreak. Okay. Look, family. Was this avoidable? And some people say, well, yeah, just don't marry each other. No. The nuptials were sung. Was this post-marriage, after getting married, was this avoidable? Absolutely. All names on accounts, all names on business, and pull those credit reports once. And then in his case, probably just pull them every week. Here's the thing. I guarantee you 110%, she let her money just kind of go. And how do I know? Because she didn't know that the account was going down. How did she not know the account was going down? Because she wasn't looking. She wasn't asking. You can be, hold on. Let me get my umbrella. Or what is this, a fan? You can be smart in money. Oh, wait, hold on. Everybody just hold. Just hold.
Squirrel says, you can be smart in money, but foolish in love.
right? Smart in money, foolish in love. And I'm not saying she was foolish. Jamie says she should have asked about the accounts. Yeah. And it always makes me wonder at what point, you know, you're suspicious before you ask about the suspicion. You really are. People think, oh, well, I only asked when I got suspicious. No, you were suspicious before you asked. You just sat and waited for a while. This was totally avoidable. Oh, and the other thing is this: if he, marriage to some extent, let's be honest, is a business arrangement. It is. Okay. If somebody said to me, Carrie, I make $20,000 a year and I have nothing and I'm 58 years old. Oh, doesn't that sound like a Ramsey call we just listened to like last week? That 58-year-old guy that's nothing but a Harley that he owes $20,000 on. Okay. And he says he has a $20,000 savings account, but he's really, when you deduct the cost of the Harley, he's at zero. Would I be interested in him? No. But here's the thing. I wouldn't, and I've said this before and it bears repeating, I wouldn't be interested. How should I say it? I'm not interested in him because he has no money. That's not actually the overriding factor for me. Okay, someone has no money, so therefore I'm not interested in you. Hell, I don't have any money. I have a nice pension and hopefully some Social Security and 6-figure savings account when I retire. But I'm just saving. I'm just starting to save on my retirement. I'm just starting finally, and I'm really lucky. I'll be able to put $25,000 a year in. Okay, that's why I live a debt-free lifestyle. Okay, 4 more car payments and I'm done. Okay, with my Corolla. But my rejection of someone who doesn't have money doesn't have to do with the fact that they don't have money. It has everything to do with the fact that we don't see money the same way. How do I know we don't see money the same way? Because you're my age and you got zero. You have nothing. So either that tells me you're really careless with money. You live for it now, worry about tomorrow later. You have too many ex-girlfriends and wives that you owe money to. You have too many kids. And in other words, not blaming the children, but in other words, if I rejected you because you didn't have money, if I didn't take an interest in wanting a relationship with you, it's not per se because you don't have money. If we could live without money, hey, I could fall in love with you too. Okay, I'm probably too broke for some people. All right, I get it. Broke is all relative. But here's the bottom line. It really comes down to, do we see money the same way? So if you are my age and you're in your 50s and you literally tell me, I have nothing, okay? I have absolutely nothing. I'm not rejecting you because you have nothing. I would turn you down only because it would be like, man, I'm willing to eat ramen noodles. All right. I will have breakfast for dinner. And you've heard me say that. Okay. I wear clothes until there are holes in them. Yes, I do. All right. I got jammies that are so old right now. I mean, those things are hanging on by one thread. Okay. So I wear things out. And the older I get, I value wearing things out. Can it go? I mean, I use Bounce fabric softener sheets until there's absolutely no scent left in it. Because those who don't know, you can use those Bounce sheets like 4 or 5 times. Okay, so a box of 200 sheets I know is really closer to 600. You and I don't come from the same mind frame. I'm willing to bet with her million and his 160,000, it tells you a lot of what type of woman she is. Not saying she's right or wrong. Not saying that every man is going to be attracted to a woman, who they might say, she loves money first, whatever. Okay. Regardless of what her values and beliefs are about money, they don't apparently have the same values and beliefs. And part of that to me is because they are so far split. Again, it's not saying I make $50,000 and a millionaire falls in love with me. Great. Okay. May I be as worthy, of his money and sharing as I will share anything I have with him. But one of the factors that I would look at, and here he is self-employed, and there ain't a self-employed person I know of that couldn't use an extra buck. And she just happened to land a shyster. Now, maybe she could have landed a really good, honest guy who's self-employed, really does make his own money. Because let's face it, if she said he made $160,000, Self-employed, if he really did make that money, okay? Did she really check, as Parley would say, did she look at his tax returns, okay? But really, if that is what he did and he was successful at it, then great. But this shows that 160K was all on paper. And again, we've seen it on this show. People who make, I make $500,000 self-employed and I'm actually broke. Just saying.
And needless to say, dove into everything, and he has completely wiped us out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my. More tea in the chat. Pour tea, Benny, pour tea.
Savings, everything. We now only have 2 months of emergency fund. We have 2 very small children, two under 2.
Uh-huh.
So
when you say
family, I'm dying. MJ says, haven't seen squirrel in a while. Oh, thank you, MJ, for noticing. MJ also says, thanks for the tip about the bounce sheets. Yeah, it's any sheets, not just bounce. Any of those fabric cling sheets. Minimum 3 times use. Minimum. Oh, wow. Wow. And then the question becomes this. Where the hell did the money go? Where the hell did the money? You're talking, she came in with $1 million. $1 million. You got gambling problem? Does he have a family on the other side of town? Where did all that money go? Oh, wow. Yeah, Jamie, she should have asked to see the accounts. No, Ameni, he does not love her. That's right. Ameni writes he can't possibly love her. Yes, Jamie, you heard correctly. She has 2 kids under the age of 2 by this type of man. Wow. I mean, I at least expected her. Come on, folks. How many of us were expecting her to say, I went from $1 million and we're down to the last 200,000? No, they got 2 months of living. This is just, wow. And let's get this straight. It would be no different if the roles were reversed. And it happens. Men marry women that come along and just wipe them out. Wipe them out. You know, I may be a simple woman and I may just drive a Toyota Corolla, live in 840 square feet, but I can tell you, no man that I'm ever in a relationship, I don't wipe them out. And those of you who have followed this show long enough, you know, I speak at the truth, even with my significant. No way. I'm the type I will simply walk away. I'm not out to take anybody.
he wiped out your savings, how much did you have saved? And he was just funneling it to keep his business afloat?
What did I say, folks? Oh, I think that was on the wrong one. Sorry about that, folks. What did I say? And if it wasn't his business, he's got some addiction. I always say addiction. I mean, $1 million, guys. You can't eat your way through $1 million. That's a lot of avocado toast and shopping at Whole Foods.
Is that what you're saying?
So we had over $100,000 in savings.
Mm-hmm.
He also took from me personally $286,000.
Out of where?
Just various accounts that I had that were deemed as premarital that weren't supposed to be touched.
Oh, this is good tea tonight. Parla says male ego can play a role too. Absolutely. Okay. She said she had accounts that weren't supposed to be touched. Did he commit fraud and sign her name? And here's the sad part. Let's say she was able to prove that wasn't her signature. Here's the sad part. How are you going to get money? You're not going to get it back. Oh, she married a snake in the grass, an evil, money grubbing, no good, dishonest man. Really? He's taken money from his children. He's taken their college fund. He's taken the roof security over their head. This is evil. I don't even have music for it.
And what did he use that money for?
Addiction.
So I just went through everything, and there is no addictions. There's no other woman. There's nothing like that. So then when I dove into things, so it turns out that the lies began when we were dating. And he actually lied on his prenup. And the $160,000 that he even came in with were tied to loans and lines of credit from his business.
So he just said that this is how much credit I have. It's not real.
He was a broke ass. He was a total broke ass. Oh my God. You know, I almost feel sad for saying the tea is tasty tonight. I do try to pick, you know, it's Russian roulette on what I pick, folks. It is Russian roulette. Oh, Benny, I hope this tea is extra hot you're pouring this evening.
It's not real net worth.
Benny says he's a con artist. Yes, absolutely. Yes, and a Freud. Yes, Jamie.
I didn't know that.
But that's what he just admitted to you, though, recently. So, yeah.
So he had nothing. He had crap. Absolutely nothing. Wow. You know, when they got married, I'd like to know how long that they dated. And I'd like to know what financial discussions they'd really had. You know, I mean, I'm very, you know, with my significant, you know, I'll show you my credit score. I'll show you my, you know, you want to see I've had the same bank for years. Okay. I've used pretty much one credit card. I pay it off every week to every other week. I pay off my credit card. All right. With a surplus. Okay. It's not like I'm paying it off and I don't have a surplus yet. You know, some people go, I paid off my card, but the problem is they need the card to get through the next week. Oh, this is sad. I think we should have just a moment of silence. Let's see if I can find something that shows some sad music. This is a heavy heart, folks. Heavy hearts. Yes, family, it is with heavy, heavy hearts. Wow. You know, this is, Benny says, my first husband. Oh, Benny, that music was for you too then. That music was for you too, okay? Yes. Family, it's sad music tonight. It's almost more sad music than it is running music this evening. That's unusual. Usually it's running music. Usually we're running to get the hell out.
So really he came in with zero.
And he lied on a
He actually came in with
legal
negative.
document. So he lied.
She needs to divorce him. She needs to divorce him. She ain't gonna get crap and child support because he doesn't have any money. Wow.
On a legal document too.
Yeah.
That means she didn't do it. Okay, here's the thing. You get that far in, there was no vetting as to whether or not it was real. Now people would say, but it's the person you're supposed to marry. Just saying, okay, fine, we can take that attitude and say we shouldn't have to do that. All right, that's fine. I'd really like to know, how long did they know each other?
Yeah.
When did all this happen, Sarah? How long ago?
About 2 months ago.
Okay.
And I have to say, I'm still in shock.
I'd be in shock. You just lost $1 million. Think about how many Toyota Corollas I could have bought. Yeah, hybrid.
Sure.
How's the business doing? Is it going into the business and his business is...
There is no business. To the lovely Jade. He's broke. The business is just a scam. Guys, there is no business. Let the record show. No business.
Tanking, or does he, when you look at his business, is there profit? And
it's her money. That's the profit.
just not bringing that back into the personal side.
His business is not doing anywhere near as well as it used to.
Once again, and I stand by it. I stand by it. Thank you, Benny. Benny says, Carrie, you're right. She didn't vet him. No, she didn't. And I stand by it again. And I say it over and over. Whenever I hear, and I'm sure that somebody out there in audience land is going, man, Carrie's just so mean because she won't date someone with a home business. Hey, experience. All right. Home business is a lot of work. There's a lot of dealing with the IRS. There's you work on this home business, and then it seems like all the money goes to pay some accountant to keep track of the business so you can pay the IRS, right? And anybody who's had a home business knows exactly what I'm talking about. Trying to make a profit with a home business isn't as easy as people think. God, it is not as easy as people think. Jamie says there can still be child support and wages, taxes, refunds, and not get a loan. But the problem is Jamie is he broke. He makes nothing. Oh my God. But yeah, I would still make him pay child support. I agree with that. I mean, he's got to pay something, but she used to be a millionaire. You know, she sits there with her cup of tea, reminiscing over the days when her accounts were in the $900,000 balance. And the money was coming in. Now she just broke. Oh my. And she sounds like a nice lady. You know, this is one of those women, or just call it, a matter if it's a guy or a gal, but it's a woman, okay? But this is one of those women I listen to and I go, you know what? She seems like a nice person.
Or as it was. And he has been lying about how well it's doing.
Wow.
And, just, like I'm a budgeter, like if you tell me, hey, only this much money is coming in, I'll just, pull out a spreadsheet and say, hey, let's start budgeting. But that's not what happened. Instead, we're going on vacation.
Yeah.
Instead,
why isn't she checking them balance accounts as the relationship goes along? Why are they not both checking? This may be where she has some culpability, family.
Doing things like that we shouldn't be doing if you have debt.
Yeah.
So he's also racked up about $130,000 now in personal debt.
Can I ask you a question? Because he's not here, so I can't question him in the same way.
Yeah.
What was the inside of you that made you go, I need to sign a prenup with this guy?
I would say it was your gut instinct. But here's the thing. I believe that there are valid prenups. There are. I don't think that everybody who gets a prenup, prenups doesn't make someone a good or a bad person. To me, chicken breast. That's what I was talking about. I was thinking of chicken breast because I got chicken pot pie. Hopefully it's not burning right this minute. But if you really get down to it, okay, I'd like to think of, if there's going to be a prenup, I'd like to think of it as something neutral. It's not good and not bad. It's neutral, right? So just because someone asks for it, to me, doesn't make them a bad person. It really doesn't. It doesn't have to be vilified and condemned. Prenup. Darn the devil. It don't have to be like that. It really doesn't. If I'm with a significant and they want me to sign it, I'm happy to sign it. And I'm not going to love them any less because they asked for it. But gentlemen, depends upon the woman you marry.
Was there a red flag already?
No, there wasn't. It was just the fact that our net worths are so vastly
different.
And I can understand that. And I think we've heard Ramsey say that too. If the net worth is that vastly different, hey, if I was a broke ass coming into the relationship and it doesn't work out, yeah, put my ass back in 840 square feet. I love you the same.
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. Sarah, I'm so sorry. So are you separating from him?
Oh, I hope so.
No.
Oh, you know what? At this point, folks, I don't feel sorry for her. I do not feel sorry for her. Of course, maybe she might be one of those people that says, keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer. Well, she's got herself one heck of an enemy.
I feel we have two very small children.
And you want them to be raised around this? Look, speaking of sunk cost fallacy, MJ, MJ, that's good. Okay, it took me a second. Sunk cost fallacy, for those who may not know, you put so much into something that even when it goes south and you should stop it, you don't. Yeah, MJ, girlfriend, MJ, she's put $1 million into this dude. $1 million into this relationship. And I'm not talking figuratively. I'm talking literally. Yes, Jamie, you and I, we'd be running off into the sunset. Okay. Yeah. I ain't sticking around for this, and I'm not keeping my kids around it. Great. So she's going to stick around with him because they got 2 little kids. There are times when I think it's better for a relationship to end.
And again, I'm still very much in shock, but we have 2 very small children, and I know the statistics with growing in a home is, growing up in a home with a broken household.
The household is broke. The household was broken by her own words before they even got married. Oh, MJ, I'm so glad you brought up sunk cost fallacy. This is sunk cost fallacy. He lied about the $160,000. It was actually the total of his debt. He sunk all of our money. We got 2 months savings. Then it sounds like he forged into some money he wasn't supposed to have. But you know what? I'm going to keep him as Papa Bear for the kids, because after all, I don't want a broken household. She got a broken household. Yes, Jamie said she went on a plane to Florida. Yeah, Jamie, I got a room here for you, girlfriend. I got a room here. MJ says she sounds a little brainwashed. Well, now, MJ, she can't be that brainwashed. The girl netted herself a cool $1 million. But like I said, and like Squirrel said,
You can be smart in business, but stupid in love.
I don't know if that's the exact quote, but Squirrel ain't that smart either.
And I don't want that for my children either.
Yeah.
Do you hear this? Okay. MJ, you're right. She's brainwashed. Did you hear what she just said? I don't want that for my children. You don't want what for your children? I don't want my children to be in a broken household. So I'm going to keep them with the man that has dried up their college education account, perhaps made, this is a family ripe for foreclosure, and she thinks she broke now. What is she going to be like at retirement? The financial infidelity is gone. Yeah, that's a large investment and risk. He will forever lie and take her money. Well, Benny, now, is she smart? She'll become as lazy as he is. And then they call on the Dave Ramsey show in 20 years when they're in their 50s, complain about how broke they are.
You in
And
counseling?
They're just so young.
Are you guys in
No.
counseling? Will he go?
No.
MJ's at home getting Alexa to play Crazy in Love by Beyonce.
He said he would go, but to be quite frank, it's not something that we could afford right now.
Jeez. This woman was worth $1 million, and now she can't even afford to take her broke ass husband and go to counseling. She can't afford it. I think we need a moment of silence. Did I have my gong music? Did I delete my gong music? Hold on, let's see what this is. No, that's not the gong music. I'm trying to find the gong music. I guess. Oh, wait, hold on. We're taking a moment of silence for this lady's situation. Yeah. Boy, MJ, you may have a point there. Sound a little brainwashy. She's convinced herself that this is the best she's going to get. That this is the best she's going to get for her kids. This is, if this weren't just, if we weren't dealing with real life, this would almost be a comical call, to be totally honest. And by the way, for those who, I do like to do my gestures and stuff. I am not being insensitive to the situation at hand, but this is an entertainment channel also, and I just like to entertain myself. I need a laughing soundtrack at this point. Ooh, I should, MJ. He's going to leave her when all her money is gone. No, Jamie, he won't leave her. And I'm going to tell you why I don't think he will. She's proven that she's worth money. Now let's think about it. She's proven that she has the ability to make money. And a guy like him needs a woman like her to keep doing what? Making money.
Well, if you're going to make the marriage part work, Sarah, you're married to a liar.
Well, I could have told her that. We didn't need a 7-minute phone call to determine that.
Not just a liar like here and there. Like, I mean,
Big
this is
time.
like there's something wrong, deeply wrong.
Okay, I'm going to jump out on a limb and say this. Okay, I don't know if it's a psychopath, sociopath, but this is the type of guy that would scare the crap out of me. This is the type, like I said, if this weren't real life and we're talking 2 little kids and think about family, she lost $1 million. One cool mill to this guy. And this is not the end of it. And she don't see that.
With him. And in the process, he's hurting his family. And so for you to draw boundaries for yourself does not make you a bad mom. I just want to give you freedom to do what's best for Sarah. And
My instinct says she needs to leave him. And it goes beyond the financial infidelity. My instincts tell me that he's not stable. Because a guy like this who can run $1 million, scam on a woman. I mean, what type of guy does that? You got to think about the type of guy that would do that. Okay? That's a scary guy. Look, I would almost respect it more if it was like, yeah, he ran up $50,000 in credit card debt, and the rest of us in the chat, we'd be like, okay, we've heard that, been there, done that. This is $1 million. He managed to scam her out of $1 million, and she's still not going to leave. He is dependent on her ability to make money. And this is going to be a guy sitting on the couch on Sunday eating his, Takis. No offense, I can't stand Takis. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it. I know a lot of people like them. They're just not for me, okay? Eating his Takis, with his tummy getting bigger, expecting her to go out and do the work. Oh, this is not... My instinct is I for some reason, I fear slightly for her safety. And I don't know why. I think, well, actually, I do know why. A guy who can scam a woman out of $1 million has no limit in what he will do to get something from someone. That's why. Let's see. Yeah, Benny says his type is another life somewhere else. And Jamie says, I don't think Rachel and Jaden would stay in this relationship. Those who don't know, Rachel and Jade are the hosts of Ramsey, okay, would stay in this relationship. I'm glad they were on the call, not the guys. Oh, Jamie, yeah, this has been very different. It'd been, I don't know, George and Dave or something. Yeah, instead, they got 2 smart women on here.
in this moment, and for this to be a healthy longevity, level of a marriage, there is a lot of broken pieces, and without a professional, I really believe, to be in the mix of this, and for him to show deep remorse and a pattern of change until you have trust. I'm separating everything today, Sarah, financially. Mm-hmm. You need to protect yourself.
Folks, this has been fun.